Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back to another video, and today I have another manga first impressions, this time for the very famous series Battle Angel Alita. Now, this specific release is the re-release put out by Kodansha Comics in these wonderful, fantastic 2-in-1 hardcover volumes that I really cannot praise enough. These are some of the highest quality volumes that are out there, and I'm sure you can just see by looking at it that it is absolutely enormous. These are SIG volumes that it's standing next to, and it is leagues taller than them. But, yeah, also they're 2-in-1s, and they are $30 if my camera will focus. Right there, yep, $30 US for a 2-in-1 hardcover of this quality is an absolutely fantastic price. So, you know, if you're looking for a new series and you really like high-quality releases, pick up Battle Angel Alita and you will certainly not be disappointed. But this is more so covering my thoughts on the series, not the release. So, my opinions on the series is it's a very, very fun action series that also appears to have some psychological, philosophical weight to it. It feels like it is going to go down a more of a drama approach as opposed to a comedic approach for this action story. Plays with a lot of good ideas that are, you know, it talks about things in a very interesting way, and the action scenes are very nice, and the characters themselves are quite likable, in my opinion. To get into sort of more specifics, since this is a 2-in-1, it's kind of episodic by volume. Sort of volume 1 is a story in and of itself, and then we jump to volume 2, and it's not entirely contiguous, but you can definitely tell that they are taking place very, like, next to each other in time. So, not entirely episodic, but somewhat episodic and feel like very, very slightly in between volumes. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this first volume. I will certainly be picking up the more as they come out, and it also is going to be a series that I'm just going to collect in its entirety before I read any more, because I typically enjoy binging, and this seems like a series I'm going to want to binge just by how it feels to me so far. But yeah, these releases put out by Kodansha are absolutely fantastic. Certainly a series of this caliber is very deserving of it, because, you know, you get those series every now and again where you read it and there's something to it that you can't necessarily explain, but you can tell it's much better and of a much higher caliber than other series. And this is one of those for me. It's not necessarily something that you can pinpoint or say exactly what is going on or why it is, or why it does feel better than every other series, but you can read a series and just sort of know that it is a tier or a caliber above most others, and this is one of those series for me. I definitely recommend you go pick these up. You might as well just go ahead and pick up these awesome deluxe editions. If you're thinking about picking them up, I know they're $30, and that's kind of an expensive price for one volume, but they are 2-in-1s. So it is a very good price for a 2-in-1 hardcover, and if you wanted to pick up the singles anyway, they are out of print. Not sure if they're flipped or not, because they're pretty old, but, you know, they're going to be about the same price as just buying these deluxe editions, and these deluxe editions are absolutely fantastic. You know, haven't shown the art yet, so, you know, probably should do that, but, you know, it comes with these great, great color pages. The pages themselves are these nice sort of glossy pages, and sort of, yeah, you can see the art there. It's a little bit harder to hold a giant volume with one hand, so I'm going to have to, you know, position myself much better. Let me see if I can get a better image. Yeah, we got some more color pages in here. So, lots of color pages, very high quality paper. Just a very, very high quality release in general. Maybe the best release that I have, though it's very hard to say because Nazca, very high quality. Nijihara Holograph is very high quality. So, you know, but it's up there. It's definitely one of the best, you know, quality releases out there, and at only $30 for a 2-in-1, it is a fantastic deal. So, you know, my thoughts on Battle Angel Alita, it is a very, very good series that I'm definitely going to purchase more of, continue reading, but gonna wait till I get all the volumes before I read any more, because I want to binge it. If you're thinking or on the fence about this series, definitely gets a recommendation from me, especially if you like sci-fi, you know, cyberpunk, you know, settings. This is, you know, you probably have already read this because this is one of the more famous ones, but yeah, if you haven't read this or haven't ever heard of Battle Angel Alita and you're into sci-fi, cyberpunk settings and that kind of stuff, definitely go check this one out. You will not regret it. Other than that, fun action story with some great sort of psychological aspects thrown in there. More action heavy than like a Ghost in the Shell, or at least the film. I've not read the manga yet, but this one definitely doesn't focus as much on the philosophy and the psychology, but it is definitely a big part of the series. One thing that is a little bit of a nitpick for me is that the villains are a little bit cartoony, in my opinion. You may not feel that yourself personally, but I did feel it for me. But that is more of a nitpick, if anything at all. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this. Probably starting to repeat myself at this point. If you're on the fence about this series, as I've said, definitely go pick it up. These volumes are fantastic. They look great on the shelf. Though I will say, since they are so big, it might be difficult to find room on your shelf because they're very tall volumes. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I encourage you to pick it up. And that'll do it for the first impressions part of this video. If you would like to suggest other series for me to sort of do first impressions, reviews, that kind of thing, or just recommendations for me to check out a series, you can do so in the comments down below, as well as any other questions, comments, concerns, or anything related to those. Leave those down there as well. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there will be a link in the description to that, or there will be, you can just type it into the URL bar, because there will be the URL in the end card. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like and share, and if you'd like to keep up to date with all of my content, you can hit that subscribe button. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Laethas. Goodbye.